Okay, so hi everybody. Here to talk about spec cleaner. Let me ask you one question first. Who of you ever wrote a spec file? So almost everybody. That's nice. And do you know that we are changing the conventions, how to write them over the time, and macros are evolving, and we are doing new stuff. And it's sometimes hard to keep up with all of that. And if you are a new guy and you are just starting with writing spec files, you are, well, you are pretty happy if you can get it compiled and you don't care about how it looks that much because, yay, it builds. So there is where spec cleaner can come and help. So let's start with spec files. It's a way to describe packages, and they are not really that strict. You can do plenty of stuff, and there is many ways how to do stuff inside of spec files. You have some macros that can help you. You can write commands directly. You can use variables in bash. You can use absolute paths. You can use macros to help you to replace these variables. You can use macros to replace part of the path. And you can do many creative stuff, how to make your package build, which on the other hand makes it harder for somebody who reviews it to find out what you were trying to do. And if you make it ugly enough, it also makes it hard to spot the actual difference when you are sending any update. So what spec cleaner does is it enforces some style of the spec files. It tries to make all the spec files look similar, and yeah, it also fixes some of the errors that were there from historic reasons. And therefore, we have easier job when we are trying to review the spec files, and it's sometimes also easier to spot what actually changed. So let's take a look at some of the examples from test suite. I will show you a real world example at the end. So these are some way of how to write dependencies. You can write multiple dependencies on one line. You don't have to follow any formatting. And you can write them in pretty much random order. What spec cleaner does is it takes them, it splits them, it puts every dependency on separate line, and it sorts them according to the alphabet. So next time when you add new dependency, there will be only one line changed, and you will very easily spot what's the difference. And it also puts fix me comments there that you should get rid of. It's not supported anymore, and you should use requires pre and requires post and stuff like that. That's one of the examples. Other example, we can use still build requires on devel packages, but we have much more elegant way how to depend on your build requires, and that's using, for example, package config. So it knows some of the mappings between devel packages and package config, so it automatically replaces, if you ask it to, all these dependencies with package config dependencies. So if for whatever reason we split the package or change the name of the devel package, you will still have these package config provides, and your package will still build. Another example, you can specify patches multiple ways. It also cleans this up, and Here's another really creative example. There's really multiple ways how to specify parallel builds. You can use a make macro. You can use two different macros for specifying job numbers, and you can mix it in various ways. And all these will get replaced with the last one to make it consistent over all packages. So these were some of the examples what speccleaner does. It does more stuff. I encourage you to try it on your spec files, and you will see what it will do. And now I will show you one spec file that I tried it on. Oh, where's my window? Here. Okay. So as you see, there was a copyright message that we used to put on top of every spec file. And we actually changed it, and now we have it a little bit longer. Then there is this no root for build that should be gone for years already. Then it sorts also the other parts of the preamble and splits all the dependencies on one line into multiple lines, so you can easily spot when something changed in the dependencies. You see what went away and what got inside. Then we stopped putting authors lines at the end of descriptions, and good policy is asking setup to be quiet. Then, as I said, one of the make options, by default, we are putting back parallel builds. And here is another way how to install the package. Make install macro is not recommended because it could be different stuff on different RPM distributions. So we recommend using make -dir install also in parallel. And then it replaces RPM build root variable, shell variable by macro, and also hard-coded paths with equivalent macros. Yeah, and it will get rid of the clean section that we no longer use. And that's pretty much it, at least for this package. Speccleaner is available in OpenSUSE 13.1. It got updated to the last version with latest fixes. So try installing it, try running it on your spec files, and you will see what it will recommend you. Thanks for your attention, and if you have any questions, ask now or later. Okay?
Yeah, I have just a simple question. What's the relation to the OSC cleaning spec file service, or how it's called? Because that's what we use for Rust now, that there is some OSC service for cleaning spec files. So if there is some relevance to this.
Okay, yeah, there is, I know that there is this thing, speccleaner goes more ahead. It does more things than just the simple stuff that this service does. And I think that this service gets called all the time. And this is meant to be reviewed by the maintainer. So you don't want to, well, there still might be some errors, so you should take a look at the output and decide by yourself. Okay, maybe you have some comments on that?
Speccleaner was intended to be a replacement for the speccleaner service in build service. At least that was the intention of one hack week. We revived that. And during that week, we managed to implement most of the functionality of the Perl script in the build service to this script. And now this is far more advanced than the Perl script in build service. I hope that this will be run in build service as replacement.
So something to look forward to. So any more questions? No? Then thank you for your attention and have a nice rest of the conference.